What's up, y'all? It's Mikey from Canadariotballs. Now, we're going to be doing a couple demos and tests today with the First Strike FSC, which is this guy right here. Now, we're going to be shooting at a coconut today. Now, I want to see the difference between the 4-gram round ball riot ball, the 9-gram round ball riot ball, and the 12-gram round ball riot ball. So I want to start at a distance of 25 feet with all 3 different projectiles, shoot at the watermelon, see the results we get. Then I want to go back to a distance of about 45 feet and do the exact same test with the same projectiles and see the difference. So I'm kind of hoping that close range, most likely it's going to be the 9 and 12-gram round ball riot ball that do the most damage. But I'm wondering that once we get past that 25-foot range and we go up to kind of like a 45-foot range, which projectile then does, the most damage, how the accuracy is, how the grouping is, which we'll be able to tell hopefully with this video. Now the coconut compared to something like a watermelon or a cantaloupe has a lot thicker of a skin. So I'm curious to see if the 9-gram round ball riot ball even can penetrate through that at a distance of 45 feet once you get past the 25-foot range. And something really quickly I wanted to go over is make sure you guys do your homework before you buy markers out there. Unfortunately, when I first got into this, I remember I went to my first store and I asked them for a less lethal marker, and they sold me a T4E pistol, and they told me that these T4E training projectiles that came with it, that I'd get 500 FPS, and the guy's exact words were it was a rib breaker. So the truth behind those T4E pistols, unfortunately, you can't play with the velocity. There's a couple upgrades I've seen people do, but it's a hell of a hard work to get like the FPS of the shotguns or the pistols up the T4E. So with that 3-gram projectile that they use, you get a max of 315 of 325 FPS max. So with a 0.43 caliber projectile, I personally wouldn't put that in a less lethal category. So if this helps anybody at all, the category that I would put all these markers in and that I would start was at the top would be the First Strike FSC, which is the same thing as the Pepperball TCP. Then you got the Tiberius T8.1, Tiberius 9.1, Tiberius 4.1. Okay, then you got something like an FN 303 launcher. The FN pistol is just the T8.1, just for the FN company. I haven't personally used the Tippmann A5. I've been told that's in that category as well. But those are the higher capable markers. Those are the guys that are gonna go between 400 and 500 FPS with a 4-gram projectile, okay? Those are what 99% of law enforcement uses. And there's a reason why when you watch, less lethal and home defense videos all over YouTube and, the internet right now, there's a reason why everyone's kind of using roughly the same markers and the same weight in projectiles is because, not every marker can do what you might see online or what somebody tells you. There's a reason why all these normal paintball guns, things like T15s and mil-sigs and the Didam and all those paintball guns, there's a reason why you can't just put a projectile on it, crank the velocity and expect 500 FPS, even if somebody is telling you that that's what they can do. 500 FPS and over in almost 99% of the countries out there, it's illegal. So these factory set paintball guns, there's a reason why you put a lot of work into it, have to upgrade things, shim things to get that certain FPS. So that's the highest category. Then the second one, I'd put the Pepperball VKS in that category. So that's a solid 28 to 32 joules. Okay, so with the 4-gram projectile, it's giving you close to 400 FPS. That first category, that's the, I would say, 45 to 60 joule category, the highest one. The second's that Pepperball VKS. Now the third one is the more paintball mag-fed markers that get turned into home defense less lethal. So that's your mil-sig, that's your First Strike T15s, your Didam, your there's a pretty big list of it. 468, the list goes on. So those are paintball guns that people tune and upgrade to get a higher FPS. Now those guns, the marker out of all those guns that will actually get you the highest FPS, because 90% of those guns won't even be able to properly shoot an 8, 9, or 10 gram projectile. The only one that will is the Milsig. A Milsig will get you 330, 340, 350 max with like an 8 or 9 gram projectile that you do have to put quite a bit of work into upgrading it. So there's a reason why, right? You guys got to do the math. If every production paintball gun can give you 500 FPS, then when you guys would go online, you see such a huge variety of, you know, different companies, different businesses using all these different markers. There's a reason why you see mostly First Strike FSCs, Tiberius guns, Tinman A5, FN 303 launcher. There's a reason why everyone's mostly using, you know, these markers. Like, you know what I mean? Grimberg is not crazy for charging people 1,600 USD for an FSC home defense setup, because realistically, with all the parts that you have to get and the marker itself, you don't have too many options. So putting everything together, that's realistically what's going to get you that real, you know, home defense results. And it's unfortunate how much, you know, bad information is out there. I've even talked to guys that own huge paintball companies in the States that have been around for a long time. And, you know, I remember one guy told me that he's able to custom one of his paintball rifles and get higher FPS than the FSC. Like, come on, man. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, that's not even possible. Like, if everyone could just take their paintball marker that they go play in the field with and get 500 FPS, then there would not even be a reason for these videos. And it's just do your homework, you guys. It really sucks how much you know, bullshit is going on around there. But yeah, so if that helps at all. So let's start off these tests. First thing we're gonna do is the FSC with the 9 gram round ball riot ball at a distance of 25 feet versus the coconut. So once again, the 9 gram is a 9.2 to 9.9 gram round ball riot ball. It's a 0.685 bore to be exact. And since it is a round ball, it works best with a 685 barrel or a 686. So sorry, I still haven't got my chrono yet. It is Christmas, and due to COVID, things are taking a lot longer. But I will make sure to put up a really detailed video of all different barrels, projectiles with the FSC, and even the T15 chronographed when the chrono does get here. But with this chrono right now, with the 9 gram round ball riot ball and the FSC, I'm getting an average of 365 FPS. So let's see what it does to the thicker shell coconut at 25 feet. So we're gonna start with the 9 gram round ball riot ball. I'm gonna go back to about 20 feet. I'm actually gonna go just under 20 feet, about 18 to 20 feet. Okay, this is a fresh coconut. The skin is pretty thick. Let's see what the 9 gram round ball riot ball does at a closer distance. The First Strike FSC. So let's go ahead, engage the FSC. You can hear that bolt go forward, nice and crisp. So we got the T8.1 mag, red spring, 8 9 gram round ball riot balls using the Lapco 9-inch 0.685 barrel with a 4-inch muzzle brake. So giving us an average of 360 FPS with the 9 gram. Let's see what it does at 18 feet. Woo! That gave me some better results than I thought. That was awesome. Sorry that it moved, you guys. But just under 20 feet, 18 feet, 360 average FPS. So the first two shots, definitely by sound, I know it was hitting about 380, 385. Okay, I'm not gonna waste that juice. That juice is way too good. But do you guys see that? Okay. Some of them, it looks like it ripped right through, but look at the damage, you guys. This isn't a watermelon, okay? It's a full coconut. The skin and the shell just absolutely ate it. Oh man, that was nice. Okay, so now let's go back to about the same distance, just under 20 feet with the FSC, and use the 4 gram round ball Riot ball. Oh, that was awesome. Okay, so now let's move on with the 4 gram round ball Riot ball. So 3.6, 3.9 gram, 0.683 round ball Riot ball, nylon and PVC. Okay, fresh new coconut right there. We're gonna go back to just under 20 feet, 18 feet to be exact. Let's engage the FSC. Hear that bolt go forward. So let's see the results. Now I really like the results with the 9 gram. It completely destroyed the coconut. Really excited to see what the 4 gram does. So let's go back. The 4 gram is giving us an average of 445, 448 FPS with the FSC. Okay, so huge difference in results. Huge difference in results. So if you guys can see, it did a great job, don't get me wrong. The accuracy and grouping was absolutely great. Okay, but the difference, look at that. So it definitely penetrated the skin. For a fact, I can hear some of them in there, but it didn't break its way all the way through. Okay, and most of the coconut is still in contact. Now the 9 gram completely just ate it. Here, let me go get the 9. So this is the 4 gram, 20 feet. This is the 9 gram at 20 feet. Huge, huge difference. Okay, so now let's redo this exact same test at 45 feet and see what results we get. Okay, you guys, so now we're gonna change up the distance. I said 45 feet earlier, but I'm actually gonna go in between 40 and 35 feet, okay? Because I don't really wanna miss too many shots. So we're gonna be using the First Strike FSC, and we're gonna start with the 9 gram round ball Riot ball, okay? So when we did the test at just under 20 feet, 18 feet, we got some insane results. I was really happy with that. So at an average of 360 FPS, basically all shots broke through the skin and shell of the coconut, completely destroyed it. Now compared that distance with the 4 gram round ball Riot ball, it did a great job. It definitely penetrated the skin of the coconut, but when you look at the results of the two, the 9 gram had some way more heftier results. So now let's see what happens when we go back to a distance about 35 feet and see what happens then. Maybe, you know, the tables might turn and the 4 gram might be better than the 9, but we'll see right now. So I'm gonna engage my FSC. Hear that bolt go forward. Now, I've chronographed it, so when I say this, But every single time, you guys can notice every time I engage the CO2, the crisp sound of the bolt engaging and going forward comes down. Now it's nothing too intense. I have chronographed like 5 megs in a row, and you don't like drop intense FPS. It does drop down, you know, let's say after the 5th meg, your FPS average will drop down between 5 to 7 FPS, and you can hear that bolt not be as crisp and clear. But it's just another point to make how important it is to maintain and you know, always be on top of these markers, especially when you're using for home defense. So let's go back into being in between that 35-40 foot range with the 9 gram round ball ride ball and see the results we get. Okay, so huge difference in results when you step back. So the grouping and accuracy was actually really nice at just under 40 feet. Okay, I am just using the good old simple FSC sights that it does come with. So it's great grouping, great accuracy, but look at the results. So at a distance, you can see the results are a lot more minimal compared to at a range of 20 feet. Okay, it definitely did penetrate it. The juice is going all over my hands, but still a great job. Don't forget, guys, this is a coconut and a paintball marker at the end of the day. Now let's go use the 4 gram round ball ride ball. Same distance, 35 feet with the FSC. Now it's giving us an average of 455, 460 FPS, and see the results we get. Okay, so let's run this last test. This one's gonna be the FSC with the 4 gram round ball ride ball at a distance of just under 40 feet. Sorry guys, absolutely pissing rain. So we saw the results at just under 20 feet. We're actually pretty nice because don't forget the coconut skin is pretty thick. We're gonna go back to about 40 feet and see the results. Now, one thing I did kind of realize while I'm doing this test is a lot of people like using the 5.12 inch, you know, Lapco barrel, or just the first part of the Nemesis barrel, or you know, even the stock FSC barrel. Now I'm using a 9-inch barrel right now, but once you get past kind of the 15-foot range, the aftermarket barrels like the Nemesis and Lapcos, that's when you really start telling the difference between like the stock barrels, for example. So if you can, it is a really good idea getting, you know, like a 9-inch barrel, or either the Nemesis or any of the Lapco barrels. Just try matching it up with your projectile. So if your projectile, like the 4 gram, is a 683, if it's a round ball, try matching up with a 683 or 684 at most. Or if it's a heavier round, it's usually a 685 or a 686. If they're round, you can match up perfectly, so 685 or 686. But if it's shaped, you got to go one above, usually, sometimes 2. So just keep that in mind. Let's finish off this last demo. So you can see how nice that gripping and accuracy is, especially at a distance. That's the one thing I love about the 4-gram projectiles, especially the 4-gram projectiles. I love the gripping and accuracy that they have. That's at 40 feet. Sorry, the first 2 shots, until I got the right, kind of position, I was super off. But anyways, so that's our results with the 4-gram, just under 40 feet. So I hope this video helped you guys out. As you can see, different projectiles have different aspects. Some are better at close range, some are better at far. It all matters what kind of reason you need them for. But check us out on our channel, Canadariotballs. Thanks for watching.